Welcome to the Urban Debate 360 on Magic Bricks Now. I'm Faye D'Souza. On 360, we have a power-packed lineup of news on civic issues in your city that directly affect your quality of your life. Let's take a look at the headlines. Mega Magic Bricks Now impact residents and home buyers in Dwarka Expressway. Welcome Transport and Highway Minister Nitin Gadkari's action on the ground in 4 months commitment to Magic Bricks Now. Mumbai civic body recognizes the people's right to walk in the works as a comprehensive plan in major parts of the city to make it pedestrian friendly. The first location that's likely to see change is around the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus in town. Bengaluru civic body, the BBMP, updates its online demolition map again. Residents of Bengaluru South have to check properties in their locality to find out which of it will face the BBMP's axe. Well, next up is another cause that Magic Bricks Now has consistently been campaigning for, and that is the right to walk. Now, remember, just about a week ago, we did a show here on this channel pointing out the fact that Mumbai particularly, although a lot of our cities have this problem, in the city of Mumbai, in areas like Worli and Lower Parel, other than the few promenades that we have in this city that face the sea, it's impossible to walk. Most of the footpaths are taken up by hawkers or by parking. Pedestrians are now having to walk on the road, and it makes it extremely dangerous for them to have to dodge vehicles and dodge traffic all the time. Hashtag right to walk, that is our campaign, and it looks like Mumbai civic body, the BMC, has taken heed. We learned that as part of a comprehensive mobility plan, the BMC is all set to make the city pedestrian friendly by 2017. It will start first with the city's railway stations. Disha Shah sends us this exclusive report.
I'm standing here at the CST station in Mumbai, and what you're looking around me is not going to stay the same, from 6 months from now, as Mumbai civic body, the BMC, is all set to implement its long delayed comprehensive mobility plan, a plan which basically talks about improving pedestrian movement across the city, and they are going to start with the railway stations first. And right now, as you can see, I am standing here at the subway where, you can see there people are moving right from one end of the station to another, and basically the movement is quite slow as people face a lot of problems because of shops at both the end. And what we also learned from the officials so far, that in this particular station alone there are close to 25 to 30 shops, and all these shops are going to get a makeover, which means that officials tell us that all these shops they are going to vacate these shops and provide alternate accommodation. And not only that, they are also going to stop renewing licenses of all these shops they are going to widen this space for better pedestrian movement. And another measure that they are going to take is to improve the footpaths across the railway station by fixing railings at least 1 kilometer stretch, which can compel people to walk on the footpaths and use the subway instead of walking on the road. So of course right now BMC tells us that they are in the planning stage, and they will take at least 2 months from now to think as to how to execute all of this, and the work on all of this project will begin only by end of this year, which is December 2016.
Well, Disha also caught up with some pedestrians and shopkeepers and asked them what they're facing right now and how they would like that to change in order to make Mumbai more pedestrian friendly. Like the footage you're looking at on your screen right now, pedestrians in Mumbai don't have any attention up until now from the government to make walking in this city safe, to make walking in this city pleasant. We now finally have a mention within the BMC's mobility plan where pedestrians are being looked at and pedestrians are being considered. Here's what the citizens of Mumbai have to say in response.
हॉकर्स पब्लिक को जहाँ डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं वहाँ वो अगर एक्शन ले रहे, जो भी कुछ कर रहे हैं या उसको अगर कहीं और जगह पे बिठाने की कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, लेकिन जो दुकानों को जो लाइसेंस दिया है उन्होंने जो परचेज किए, अगर उनके लिए कुछ एक्शन ले रहे हैं तो डेट इज वी फील इट इज इनजस्टिफाइड। हमको तो लगता है जैसे चर्च गेट में 7 दुकानें सील कर दी तो लगता है कि लोग उठा के रास्ते पे ही हमको डाल देंगे।
अभी बिल्कुल कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, बिल्कुल आराम से आ जा रही है, और दुकानों से भी काफ़ी मदद मिलती है पब्लिक को कि रात के समय भी आना है, दिन में भी कोई भी टाइम आता है, कुछ भी मार्केटिंग करना है तो उनको काफ़ी हेल्प मिलती है।
Our second sustained campaign on Magic Bricks Now has finally got a commitment from the central government. Nitin Gadkari, the Minister of Transport and Highways, has committed to Magic Bricks Now that work on the ground for Dwarka Expressway will begin in 4 months. Remember, this road has been delayed for 8 years. This is definitely a huge relief for the 70,000 residents and home buyers who might call Dwarka Expressway home. Remember, they bought homes over the last 8 years. They have not been able to occupy those homes because there's no road, there's no water, there's no electricity, and there's no sewage connection. This comes as a result of our relentless campaign right here on Magic Bricks Now, along with those residents who reached out to us back in April. For 4 months, we have been battling various government agencies and central state governments to make sure that somehow we can get this road moving. Take a look.
They have been waiting for the Dwarka Expressway for the past 8 years. Staging dharnas at Jantar Mantar, online protests on Twitter and Facebook, and knocking on several doors to get the defunct project started. Among these protesters are senior citizens, middle-class families, and retired army jawans who were once fighting on the borders. And now they are left fighting for roads and basic amenities. Let's give you a quick insight of our campaign, which began 4 months earlier. These residents reached out to us in April 2016, and since then, Magic Bricks Now consistently reached out to the government authorities to get answers. Our campaign first bore fruit on 4th of May. Finally, Dwarka Expressway was notified. To expedite work on ground, we reached out to NHAI Chief Raghav Chandra, who committed to Magic Bricks Now that work will begin within few months. And then our big win this month. Transport and Highway Minister Nitin Gadkari commits to Magic Bricks Now. Action will begin on ground within 4 months.
Dwarka Expressway, which your ministry has notified as a national highway. Could you tell us what the status is right now? Because after the notification, there is still about 1.5 kilometers that needs to be completed. People are waiting for the last 8 years for that road.
वो जो रोड मुझे मिला है, जैसे मरी गाय बम्बन को दान होता है, वैसे हरियाणा के चीफ मिनिस्टर ने मुझे दिया है, क्योंकि वहाँ बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स थे। पर 10 दिन पहले मेरे यहाँ मीटिंग हुई और मीटिंग होने के बाद उसके प्रॉब्लम को हमने सॉल्व किया है। डीडीए के चेयरमैन गोयल भी थे, हमारे भी अधिकारी थे, और मुझे लगता है कि एक लैंड एक्विजिशन का काम हमने शुरू किया है, कॉम्पेंसेशन दे रहे हैं, और उसके कारण गुड़गांव से जो द्वारका एक्सप्रेस हाईवे, मुझे दिल्ली का जागरूक ज़्यादा मालूम नहीं, कोई कागज़ पर मालूम है, ये जल्दी अभी एक 3 महीने में, उसका 4 महीने में काम शुरू हो जाएगा। और ये हाईवे बनने से ये जो धौला कुआं वाला जो गुड़गांव का रोड है, उसका ट्रैफिक कम होगा और इसका काम शुरू हो जाएगा।
Cynical residents have welcomed this big announcement, but they say they will be convinced only once work actually begins on ground. It remains to be seen if Nitin Gadkari, famous as Maharashtra's flyover Mantri, will be able to work his magic in Delhi. Bureau Report, Magic Bricks Now.
Okay, it's time to take a look at all of the buyers right now who have been battling for those homes for so long. While the comment that comes from the minister does provide them with some relief, like I said, there are several other problems that need to be solved in Dwarka. The problem of water. Right now, all of the homes that have been occupied in Dwarka are receiving water from tankers. The problem of electricity, there's no electricity connection. All of these people are receiving their electricity from diesel generators 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's not good for the environment, and it's not good for those buyers. And of course, there's no sewage connection. There's no basic road for them, so which means that there's no public transport to go in and out of Dwarka Expressway. Listen to what home buyers have to say.
मौके पे जाके देखते हैं, रोड पे वहाँ कुछ भी नहीं है, कोई भी तैयारी नहीं है कि 2017 से जून 17 से पहले रोड बन के तैयार हो जाएगा। हाँ, हमारे प्रोटेस्ट से, हमारी भागदौड़ से जरूर 1-2 छोटे मोटे हड्डल हटे हैं। एक छोटी सी फैक्ट्री थी, वो एक फैक्ट्री हटी है, बाकी अभी भी स्थिति जैसी की तैसी है, कहीं भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है।
First issue is that Delhi side connectivity. Okay, 2-3 months back there was a the discussion was going ki whether it will be 75 meter or 150 meter. Still there is no clear confirmation ki how Delhi side connectivity is going to happen. The second is that we all know the Palam Bihar land litigation issues, okay, which is of course Huda is claiming to resolve it by 24th, but still no confirmation. Then next issue is that railway crossing. railway crossing, the flyover is being made by the Huda and all, okay, but still some part need to be developed by the railway. There still the work is not in a good pace. Okay.
Over 70,000 families have bought the houses, dream houses, in the need of living over there. Now they are into big trouble because they are paying EMIs, they are paying rent, authorities are not ready to hear anything, builders are not supporting, builders are not doing any work because the roads are not there. It is very important to build this road as early as possible so that people can start living over there. Road is just first step. There are many other steps which are to be taken.
We have been getting several dates from the government for the completion of Dwarka Expressway, but yet as a buyer we are not confident that those timelines would be met, because at least 5 or 6 times those deadline has been crossed and the Dwarka Expressway has not been completed. Apart from completion of Dwarka Expressway, it is very important to develop the basic amenities, like we do not have water connections. The water is being given to the societies through tankers, water tankers. We do not have proper electricity. Electricity in the society is arranged through diesel generators.
तकरीबन 2009 में मैंने फ्लैट खरीदा था द्वारका एक्सप्रेसवे पे, ये देख के, मास्टर प्लानिंग देख के कि इसके फ्यूचर काफ़ी अच्छा होने वाला है। पर आज मैं 2016 में देख रहा हूँ, ना तो वहाँ पे रोड है, ना पानी है, ना बिजली है, ना बेसिक एमिनिटीज है, जिसको देख के मैंने वहाँ पे फ्लैट लिया था। अब मैं देखता हूँ वहाँ जाके तो वहाँ पे मुझे धूल मिट्टी उड़ती दिखती है, मुझे वहाँ पे कोई पानी का साधन नजर नहीं आता, मुझे वहाँ कोई सीवरेज सिस्टम नजर नहीं आता। मैं क्या करूँ? बिल्डर मेरे को फ्लैट देने को तैयार है लेकिन मैं ले नहीं सकता। मैं घर अपने कैसे जाऊंगा? मुझे बेसिक एमिनिटीज कब मिलेगी? बिजली पानी कब मिलेगा? मुझे रोड कब मिलेगा? तो मैं चाहता हूं कि सरकार इस तरफ जल्दी जल्दी ध्यान दे। जो पहले 8 साल डिले हो चुका है, जो 2010 में कॉमनवेल्थ से पहले बन के तैयार हो जाना चाहिए था, वही देख के लोगों ने यहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट किया है। मेरे जैसे 70,000 और लोग फंसे हुए हैं।
We are totally committed to this, that this menace that we have received as a gracious gift should be not gone into the case of whether it was cat or the mouse or whether it was the hen or the egg. But
when you say
it
gracious
should first
gift,
be resolved,
Raman Malik,
so that
are you blaming the
people
previous
who are
government?
suffering because of this. I am 100% saying, and I'm saying it with full responsibility because I know the trade. There is a 15,000 crore rupees EDC gambit which has been there. The clauses which were formulated in giving the license and payment of EDC, which the developers are collecting from the house owners, should have been deposited directly to the government. What are they doing in keeping it with themselves?
ना सड़क है, ना कुछ है, पानी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है। मैं तो रिटायरमेंट के पैसे भी लगा के बैठा हुआ हूँ।
Water, electricity and internal 24-meter roads, they have to come from Huda. They are not to come from NHAI. So these things actually, if you look into the things, you know, there are certain pockets still under litigation, and the right of way to get the water lines is not there, and water lines are stopped in between. We as developers are trying to negotiate with farmers now.
People are expecting, and is the output. Why were you not able to complete 3.5 kilometers of the stretch in last 2 years? That is what people are asking, and that is what we as a responsible opposition is asking you.
If the road finally starts to get constructed, it won't make any difference to the price right now because there's no demand. There's no demand, we know, in the NCR region and specifically in Dwarka Expressway. So if it changes, even if we have a road constructed, it will make no difference to the pricing or the pricing movement there of capital values in Dwarka Expressway, which is prices will not go up.
Yeah, it is true that if Dwarka Expressway comes and services come, the prices of Dwarka Expressway, I agree, will at least double up because Dwarka Expressway location, whether from airport, whether from Delhi, whether from economic hubs, you know, is much nearer and much faster. If the services come, the prices will actually jack up at least twice and maybe even better than Golf Course Extension Road.
Well, I'm sure that the government...
give it to the government?
No, Raman Malik, I'm sure that the government will do that themselves.
रमन जी, मैं एक छोटी सी बात पूछना चाहूंगा। रमन जी, मैं एक छोटी सी बात पूछना चाहूंगा।
Okay, one at a time. एक मिनट
मैं एक छोटा सा एक क्वेश्चन
यशीश यादव जी एक मिनट just 1 second everybody. Naveen Raheja, will developers be honest about how much money that they owe Huda right now?
I really cannot promise on this.
My simple point
put a
is,
coordination
are you a member of
committee
CREDAI or
and put-
not?
He's not a member of CREDAI. I don't think he's a member of...
Applications in the courts for fast track clearance of the cases.
Of course, we're going to keep the pressure on that project to make sure that we do in fact see a completion of the Dwarka Expressway project, complete with all of the services and amenities that the government has promised citizens who bought homes there. Also, let's take a look at what's happening in your city and what news on civic issues are going to affect your quality of life. Take a look.
Let's start off with Mumbai. Mumbai's major hospitals have been cheating poor patients of their right to good quality healthcare. Now, this was revealed in a report put out by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Now, the CAG report found that these hospitals were wrongly billing poor patients and charging hefty deposits during admission. Now, the state government has now been asked to take action against these hospitals. In Bengaluru, meanwhile, 700 Bengalurians sacrificed their Sunday sleep to run for the city's dying lakes. Citizens participated in a 10-kilometer marathon and a 3-kilometer family run, in turn raising close to 2 lakh rupees. Now, the run was organized by the Sarjapur Residents Welfare Association, aimed at reviving and rejuvenating lakes in and around Sarjapur. And in the capital, the Government Boys Senior Secondary School in Girtoni had to close its front gate and move the entry point to the campus due to garbage dump in front of the gate. Unfortunately, shifting of the gate has only removed the visual eyesore. The stench continues to haunt the school, making life difficult for students.
The demolition drive continues in the city of Bangalore. While citizens are still confused about whether their house is next, the civic body has promised an updated list on its website over the weekends. The separate list on Bangalore South, along with prominent areas, has also been uploaded online. Also under the scanner is popular actor Darshan Tugadeep's house as well. Amita Balachandra has the latest update.
Well, absolutely. It's been over 2 weeks and BBMP, the civic body of Bengaluru, has been ruthless in terms of its demolition drive in the city of Bengaluru. It's continued to demolish all illegal properties. In fact, over the weekend, they have also updated maps online as promised, especially Bengaluru South, several important areas there like Adugodi, there's Chanasandra, Bomanhalli, Jalahalli, Kamanahalli, Jakasandra, there's also Kengeri and Putahinhalli. All of these areas have been uploaded, including the survey numbers of all illegal properties, including their maps have been uploaded. However, citizens in the city are still confused whether their house is next, and they are still finding it difficult to figure out if their house is also illegal. But when we spoke to several analysts in the city, they tell us that it's very easy to read the map. In fact, all you have to do is download Google Earth and then figure out if your based on your survey number, if your map has been uploaded online, and all you have to do is take the map and then superimpose on Google Earth to figure out if your house is next.
We advise the citizens of Bangalore to constantly check the BBMP map and the website to see what details have been put up about your neighborhood or your home. That map is on your screen right now. So for South Bangalore, if you live in South Bangalore in any of these neighborhoods, and if you have a home that is what we call a row house or a bungalow in Bangalore, it makes sense for you to quickly pull out that map, superimpose it, or just check what your survey number is. You'll be able to get more details at your local BBMP office or the revenue office that's next door. Find out if your home in any way has been listed on the website. That would mean that you have a limited amount of time to take down the portion that the BBMP finds illegal, or the BBMP will take it down themselves. Write to us if you have any questions. Let's take a look at what else is making headlines across the country today. A delegation of opposition parties led by former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, met with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi today about the situation in Kashmir that remains in a curfew. The delegation sought the immediate ban of pellet guns and the intervention of the Prime Minister to end the prevailing unrest in Jammu and Kashmir. The delegation also asked the government to initiate political dialogue with all stakeholders to address the crisis. Not just that, the 15-member delegation blamed the PDP-BJP government for dealing with the situation badly in an administrative way. A day after Finance Minister Arun Jaitley described stone pelters in Kashmir Valley as stooges of Pakistan, Congress leader Manish Tiwari has said that the government needs to have a singular approach to Kashmir. Remember, Jaitley said that Kashmir was a developmental problem, not a political issue. Jaitley also said that defending stone pelters was mere politics. Reacting to this, Manish Tiwari has stressed on the need for dialogue and has asked if the Prime Minister and the BJP had any roadmap to resolve the crisis in Kashmir. Well, alongside PV Sindhu, Sakshi Malik and Deepa Karmakar, Jeetu Rai has been conferred with the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Awards. Remember, the Khel Ratna Awards is the highest sporting honour in India. The shuttler Sindhu became the first Indian woman to win a silver medal in the Olympics, while wrestler Sakshi Malik won the bronze at the Rio Olympics. Gymnast Deepa Karmakar and shooter Jeetu Rai missed their medals by a whisker. And in a case that we are tracking very closely on Magic Bricks now, the collapse of the slab of an under-construction building in Pune set alarm bells ringing across the government. In a closed-door meeting with civic bodies today, the State Urban Development Department decided to come up with a stricter policy relating the safety at construction sites and unauthorized constructions. This will affix responsibility for mishaps and will be modelled on the centre's model building bylaws. Ruchi Deshpande brings us exclusive details.
The Maharashtra Urban Development Ministry is planning to make certain changes or amendments in the current building or construction bylaws. Now, this decision was taken in a meeting held by the Maharashtra UD Department Minister Ranjit Patil along with certain civic body chiefs as well as the Pune Architectural Consultants Association. This basically comes on the back of the Pune slab collapse case where the 13th floor collapsed in Pune's Baliwadi area, killing 9 workers, after which the Pune Municipal Corporation has blacklisted the architects as well as the structural engineers of that firm so that they cannot work anywhere else, and have issued stop work notices to the developers of that firm. What was discussed in the meeting? Well, the minister stated that he will make certain changes using the Maharashtra model building bylaws which were established this year, that is in 2016, as a reference, and make changes in the Maharashtra Regional Town Planning Authority Act as well as the Bombay Provincial Act for Municipal Corporations. These two acts are the ones that are used by the civic bodies to hold people in charge of these buildings responsible in case of any mishaps. One major announcement, the changes will be made in the responsibilities of all the stakeholders in the building. All the roles of the stakeholders in the building will be defined over here. The stakeholders over here are the builder, the architecture as well as the structural engineer. So this is basically being done. This will be uniform across all the municipal corporations so that the next time this mishap happens, the civic bodies know who to hold responsible in this case. Currently, the Maharashtra government is still considering this proposal, and it will only turn into a policy after all the final changes are made.
All right, with that, it's a wrap on the edition of Urban Debate 360. Thank you for watching. You can get in touch with us. My contact details are on your screen right now. Feel free to get in touch. You can reach me personally on Twitter. Thank you for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.